Did y'all see this about PlayStation is getting ready to stop physical disc production in January 2028, and then new games will only be digital download only? Man, I think this is a problem. I think this is a problem, y'all. Now, over on PlayStation blog, they released this actually on July 1st, and basically, as PlayStation describes it, as consumer preferences in the broader entertainment industry comes to shift away from physical discs to digital, physical game disc production for all games released on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that have already been released or will be releasing prior to the January 2028 in this format. They continue to say this is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation in how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games, whether it's at retailers or PlayStation Store. We remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. And I would like to say that it is hilarious because while this blog has 979 likes, this motherfucker has over 8,000 comments. People are not happy, and rightfully so. I am not surprised to see a gaming system want to start to move in this direction, as this is what a lot of companies are starting to do. They want to move over to digital because having things being solely digital then essentially makes it brings your overhead down. If everything is digital, I don't have to mass produce these discs, and I don't have to pay these third-party companies to manufacture these discs, and I don't have to pay these people to ship stuff out. Like, I could take all that overhead and turn it over to profit. And the one thing, if I could sit down in the room with PlayStation and, ask them one question, I have one question that I really want to know. If y'all are getting away from physical discs and everything is going to turn into digital media, which as a result is then going to bring the overhead drastically down, because it's a lot easier to, once a game is finished, to upload it on a server, something that y'all are already doing, and then you're removing all of these production costs. Are the price of games gonna go down? Oh no, the price of games are gonna continue to rise. Where is all that money going to? Is it going to your frontline employees? Oh no, your executives are just going to cash bigger checks. Yeah, it's kind of what I thought. It's a fucking mess. This is a mess, and this is, again, everything goes back to capitalism, and I cannot stress that enough. Capitalism is a cancer to society, and capitalism's whole point is to minimize costs and maximize profit without giving a fuck about humanity. And what's going to end up happening, they're going to move over to just digital discs. And then as a result, digital downloads. And then as a result, what does that mean? That means that, hey, I bought this PlayStation and I can only have so many games on this. So, now, I need to buy these storage chips. I need a PlayStation with even more storage so I can have more games on it. oh wait, they also have all this shit going on with computer chips, and computer chips costing so damn much that you got to take out car loans to be able to buy these, you know, processing chips and all this stuff to be able to keep your computer up to code. So then as a result, dang, I can't afford to physically buy this additional memory. So then what am I going to have to do? You're going to have to do what they're going to end up doing with this GTA 6, with this whole cloud gaming thing that they are supposedly supposed to be doing. Now, and I'm actually trying to find the article. I cannot find the article, but there was a story about how GTA 6, when it comes out, GTA 6 is going to be like a massive, I know it's like over 100 gigs. If I remember correctly, it was like 200 to 300 gigs. That's how massive this game is going to be. It's going to basically take up damn near all the physical storage on your PlayStation. Then on top of that, to be able to process all the AI involved in the game to make all the individual NPCs actually have like thoughts and like personalities and, you know, traits and different things, you're gonna need like an extra 100 gigabytes of like processing storage to be able to process all this AI stuff. And so it's going to be very taxing on these PlayStations. So then as a result, what PlayStation is going to introduce is this like cloud storage, where for a monthly subscription fee, you could then have access to these cloud servers. And I think that's the soft launch coming in, you know, what is that, 2027, I think is when GTA 6 is going to come out. But that is going to be the soft launch to introduce the concept of having to pay for this monthly cloud service, which then the following year will get rid of physical discs, and you guys will already, because all of y'all are going to buy GTA 6. And all of y'all are going to then be used to this cloud storage's monthly subscription. So, hey, what's another 15, 20 bucks to get this additional storage to be able to download these games, because you guys don't have enough storage and you're not able to buy physical discs to then take that off of the storage of the console. And again, this is just all another way for companies to continue to make money off of you. It's crazy too, because there's also like stuff, if you look in PlayStation's terms and agreements, there's this coded language that basically says something to the extent of you having a digital copy of a game does not mean that you actually own the game, and then they have the right to kind of like delete the game if they want to. Now, they have only done this, I believe, once. I forgot the name of the game, but there was this one game that basically you could only play the game online through these servers, and at some point the server ended up getting turned off, so then that kind of made the game null and void, and essentially PlayStation then auto deleted that game, not only from their store, but it deleted the game from everybody's PlayStation that had that game, because they deemed it, you know, not, hey, the servers don't work, so you can't play this game anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it off of your guys' consoles. And yes, that is a, you know, once in a lifetime thing that they have done, but that does not mean that they're not going to continue to do that. And then that puts you now in a position where you digitally buy stuff, but then you don't own those things. And if we don't own stuff that we bought, that we hold digitally, then also shouldn't piracy not be considered stealing? Like, none of this digital stuff we own. I don't know. I think they're running a scam on us.